Hi everybody. So this is going to be a video walkthrough for conclusion. I did set up a section in the guide on Steam for a video guide, and then I never recorded it. I'm not really sure what happened there, if I got sidetracked with another guide or some things happened with work. That was I think it was about a year, maybe even 2 years ago when I did the guide. And so I am recording it now, so I do apologize for the lateness of it. The game is very simple, so maybe a video guide is not necessarily necessary, but we're still going to record it just for the additional help in case anybody needs it. It's a very short game, about 15 to 20 minutes, I think at most, and we might even find out that it's even shorter than that. But I'm just going to get started. The game will launch in a windowed mode, and so you can just go to options, and it's kind of weird, but you can just click on like full screen here, change your option settings. They're not different in coloration or text, so you can just click on them and they will automatically set. So we'll get started here. You'll see the control map here in case you're using a controller or mouse. And turn around, or keyboard. The game volume is going to be pretty low. There's some dialogue from the character, but it's kind of very low, and so already, and so I'd have to crank it, and it would just be kind of a nuisance to get through. But you'll just head through the first hallway. You'll hit a loading screen after you hear a car. All right, so right here, after you've left the tunnel, you'll go over and you'll collect the first note. This is for the reader achievement. I'm not going to go over the text in the notes. I'm just going to make it as clear, as concise, and as quick as possible for everybody. There are pictures of the notes in the guide itself on Steam. After you cross here, I think you can start running. There you go. You have to press shift and it will toggle. And it won't immediately start on the first bridge, so you have to kind of wait a little bit for it to be able to be used. I don't know why. We have the first note, though. The second note is going to be right here. You're going to stop. You can get close to it. There we go. That'll be the second one. Only the first one will tell you that you can interact it with E, so you just kind of have to move close to it and then just keep pressing E, and then you'll be able to interact with it. As far as proximity, though, it's kind of weird. You'll head down here. There are cinematics, taking from the very first part of the game that there was a car crash, and so you're going through the wreckage of the character's life. You don't have to interact with any of the parts of the wreck. You can just keep going. It's very nice that the sprint mechanic is toggleable, or able to be toggled. I'm not sure how you would say that. You'll see another cinematic up here. After the cinematic, the sprint is still enabled, so that's also kind of nice. It's a very simple game. There's a weird invisible wall there. I hit that the last time, and I'm not really sure why. I never noticed it before. All right, so when we approach right here, there's going to be these pizza boxes and a broken chair. You'll walk right here, and into this field is going to be the Pathfinder Achievement. Now, this one is the only complicated achievement of the entire game. You'll walk over here, and in this field, you'll want to find these 3 markings here, or any of the light over here is usually the space that the Pathfinder achievement will pop for you. It's supposed to be you taking a kind of other path, which is why it's called the Pathfinder achievement, to another direction of where you need to go, and then ending up at that destination, which is going to be another achievement down the road at the bridge. I don't know why I'm pointing at it, because you can't see me pointing at it, so I apologize. Anyway, it's in this field right around here. I have had a few other users say that this is right around where they got it, and you just have to walk into the field. You don't even need to actually go to the destination to find it. But you can just walk in here and kind of walk around a little bit. We will skip taking the rest of the path and just walk down just in case that helps you a little bit. But it should pop off in that field right there across from where the pizza boxes and chair were. In fact, there's a screenshot showing you about where it popped for me. So hopefully that'll help you. I'll head down here. Head around here. So that is going to set off the detective achievement for you. I wanted to get around there so I could better show what that is. That's going to be right here. If you take the normal path, it's at the bottom of this curve before the first bridge. You don't have to go near it for the detective achievement to pop, but if it doesn't pop for you when the cinematic ends, you can just kind of walk around it and just sort of be in the proximity, just in case there's a trigger that's separate for you. That's really the only thing I can advise. The achievements should all work just fine. There shouldn't be a problem with them, but just in case that there is a problem with it for you, just walk around the object the achievement is supposed to be tied to. So this will be a third note here at this other cinematic. You'll stop right here. For some reason, the perspective is really weird. So that'll be the third note. We'll continue on the path, and just up here will be the walker achievement. I think the walker achievement was supposed to be for walking the entire distance and getting to the end of the game, but for some reason it will pop for you. I don't know why I said ignite. It'll pop for you on this bridge. I think it pops right around this first, like this reflector or this reflector here. But again, the exact proximity, the exact placement of where it should pop for you is kind of up in the air. So it should pop for you right around here. And I think this is about halfway through the game. So continue on. This shot coming up is really cool. Like, it's really pretty. I don't know. It's very simple, but it looks really cool. So you come up here to the fourth note. That's pretty easy to hit. That I never really missed that one as far as picking it up. The character talks there too, and it's very, very hard to hear. I almost feel like subtitles should have been an option for the game, and they're not. You'll have one more cinematic coming up. I think it's the last cinematic of the game. So this cinematic is interesting because this was actually supposed to be tied to a fifth achievement, and the fifth achievement was removed from the game. For time's sake, even though I've probably taken a little bit of your time explaining things more than I should have, for time's sake, we won't go investigate the tombstone, but there was supposed to be, what I believe, there was supposed to be an object you were supposed to find, and I don't know if you were supposed to add it to a invisible inventory and then take it over and it would apply, or if you were supposed to get there in a certain amount of time. I'm not really sure. It's been several years, and I don't really know the lore, if a word can be used that way, the real lore behind the tombstone. But you can see it from right over here if you want to go and inspect it. It's actually really nice, and I hate to drive that up now that I'm not going over and looking at it. But you'll just come here. This is where the fifth note is, right across from the tombstone, and you'll just pick it up, and you should get the reader achievement at that point. You'll continue walking. You should have all 4 achievements at this point. If not, none of the game closes off, so you can go back and try to re-interact with anything that you need. Now, even for the detective achievement, it says "in the blood" on the trunk of the tree that's cut, but on the gravestone there's no writing or anything like that. So it does feel like there was a little bit bigger of a story that they wanted to implement, and it just didn't work. But you should have all 4 achievements now, and as you come past this little bit of a hilltop here, this crest, you'll see animated birds. It actually looks really cool. It's a neat effect. I don't think there's another cinematic here. There might be, though. No. I would think it would have kicked in by now. I do get a little bit of performance drop here. Oh yeah, there is one more cinematic. Okay. So for some reason, there's a bit of performance dropping right around here, and I don't know what's causing it. It might crash for you here as well, but you did get all 4 achievements, so it's up to you. If you'd like to, if at all that you would like to try again and get through it. It's a nice little environmental walker. It depends on how you view games. It looks like they were trying to build something else from it with the money they received from it, as they say right here. But that should be everything, and I hope that you enjoyed this guide. I hope that it was helpful to you. Sorry that it took so long to upload it. With the current state of things, I wanted to try to get a few things done that I failed to do so in the recent years and months, so this was just another one of those things. I appreciate you watching it, and I hope to see you in the next guide or video or anything like that. So thanks so much for stopping by.